Well, hello there. Welcome back to Kingdom Builders Business University Behind the Scenes with Michelle Green and the team. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Woo, 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 woo. Yes. We are back. We just finished our business, money, and credit class, and we are here to talk about some leverages of business, money, and credit. So let's get into it. Every week, if this is your first time watching, we come on and we actually talk about the classes that we have every semester, 6 months at the beginning, 6 months at the end. And we talk about whatever we have discussed in class. We give y'all some tips on being an entrepreneur, things that you may or may not have considered in business, but we are here tonight to give you some tips. So make sure that you got your pen and your paper and that you're watching and you're sharing and you're liking and subscribing to the KB Michelle Green YouTube channel and TV show powered by CTR Media. All right, so tonight we talked about business, money, and credit. And we actually had a lot of different topics that is intermingled with business, money, and credit. We had the topic of setting up a pay scale. We had the topic of opening up a business account. We had the topic of talking about our business credit and vendor accounts. So, who wants to go first besides Preston? All right, Dr.
Please
Mary, let's go. Let's go. You didn't get a
let
chance
me,
to
let
talk.
me, let me. Good,
Okay.
good evening. How is everybody? I think the biggest takeaway from me is I always try to multitask. And so instead of taking one business from A to Z, I try to do both of them. So I really would encourage the students not to do that. Not to do that. Take one business and take it all the way to the end and then come back and do it. Because again, you got to keep in mind, even with coming with KBBU, now you got to unlearn what you've learned because it wasn't the right learning. And now you have all of this information, but you didn't do it in the right order. And y'all, order makes so much difference. So you got to make sure that what you're learning in class, if you apply it to one business at a time, when you are finished with the class, you have gotten everything you need together for that one business. And then you can duplicate what you did with that one business with your next one. It is so important because sometimes we are so overloaded with information, but the application is missing of the information. But here at KBBU, the app, it's not just the information, it's not just the overloading. You have coaches that will help you along the way. And not only that, when your business is finished, now you have another coach who can help you take it to the next level. So again, one step at a time, one section at a time, one business at a time. And I'm telling you, KBBU will really help you take it to the next level. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dr. Mary. So when we look at the actual business, and that would apply not just for our students, but for the billions of watchers out there who are watching the KBBU YouTube channel that are watching us tonight, and they are thinking about their own companies. And sometimes we have all of these ideas of where we want to create another company. Sometimes it's an accessory to the company that we already started. I know when I started the credit repair industry, then I thought about opening up another business for budgeting and trade lines, but I ended up keeping it all in one. So if you are that entrepreneur, that's what they call, I guess, a serial entrepreneur, then think about it. You just got to calm yourself down a little bit and finish one business from start to finish, like Dr. Mary is saying, and then you can go forward and catapult into the information that we are learning at KBBU. And if you're not a member of KBBU, if you haven't joined yet, definitely go to the website. It's on the screen, www.kbbulllc.com. whenever you get a chance, because I'm telling y'all, there might be an opportunity where it might be a waiting list soon. You never know what's gonna happen down the road. So get in there where you can while you can. All right. Thank you, Dr. Meredith. Some good stuff. Take it one page at a time, one thing at a time. All right. Now I know we got some itching, but I'm gonna let Coach Cornell go and then Preston. Okay. Coach Cornell, what did you get from tonight's class?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm recovering from being sick last week. You're gonna have this. I don't know what it is, but you're gonna have this cough for like 2 weeks. And
Oh man.
I hate it.
No, we can't do that. We got to get you well over here.
But Michelle, I just want to say that you hit so many different areas tonight, and there was three areas that really hit me, and I had to really think about it. This right here, I'm gonna give you a little bit. You business owners out there right now, I'm gonna give you a little taste of something that you may not know. Okay, on your charges, you got to make sure that your fees matches the merchant fees. It matches the taxes that you have to pay, and it matches other extra services. So you won't lose money when you do that transaction.
All right.
Now, the only way you're going to learn all of this good stuff is you got to come to the school here, KDBU. I'm telling you, we teaching you everything. The other area that I want to talk about is when you're starting a new business. You just can't go in just because your product or whatever you have, you can't charge the big balls amount. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you new and up and coming business owner. Sometimes you got to come up with plans. Michelle taught that tonight. She taught it beautifully. Yeah, you should have been here. Hopefully you're going to be here soon. But she taught us about this plan. I'm gonna give you a little bit of insights on it. You can't charge everybody top-notch prices. You can't charge everybody bottom prices because you got different type of people out there that come to your store and you got all bottom price. They're like, that's too cheap for me. I don't want that. So you gotta have like three tiers.
Yes.
You gotta have the top notch, you gotta have the middle class, and you gotta have the lower class. You gotta hit them all because you don't want to let nobody come in and leave out that door. So you gotta hit them all. So that's all I'm gonna give you right there. I'm gonna give you that. But I think I harped on this during the class. When you're going out there trying to get loans, I just want to say that the loan officers, they're looking for your capabilities, what type of research you put in your marketing on these business plans, your financial projections, and of course the ability to repay them back. Now, this place will teach you how to do all that. We will sit down with you one-on-one and get your business plan together because that's the big piece there. You got to have your paperwork together now.
Come on now.
That business plan is what you got to really have together when you're talking about trying to get loans for $500,000, $250,000. You know, if you have all that stuff set up and you go in there, here you go. It's hard for them to prove you. It's hard for them to do it. So, Michelle, you hit a lot of corners tonight. I just had three in my mind that I wanted to put out there. If you want to come get this learning, you need to come here. KDDU, there's a number at the bottom. Get it.
I love that. Thank you, Coach Cornell. So that's some significant stuff. Yeah. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're out here and you're just thinking like, okay, I'm going to just charge a really low price, you might need to up your price. And then if you're an entrepreneur and don't nobody know you out there and you out here thinking, okay, well, why I ain't got no clients? It could be because people don't know you yet. So if they don't know you, how you going to charge a rate that's outstanding, like outrageous? You can't do it. You got to have a good reputation. Your name is everything. We learned that previously in our previous classes because we talk about the culture of the entrepreneur. We talk about the type of, culture that you want to create in your business. And those are really good points that you took away, Cornell. I love that. The pay scale and making sure that you're positioned for the loans. If you want the money, then there is a way to go about getting it. You can't just jump out there and decide that, oh, I'm gonna go out here and just apply just because I have a business and I put some stuff on paper. No, where's your business plan? Do you even have a pitch when you walk into that bank? Like Cornell was saying, do you have any, or Preston? I don't know which one of y'all said it, but I just know that everything that we're saying is absolutely necessary. Everything that we are talking about in class and outside of class and behind the scenes, we as entrepreneurs really got to level up our companies, and we have to level up with business education. And we are the one-stop shop for business education. So why are you not here yet? I know you coming. It's okay. Just go ahead and click that link down below, www.kbbullc.com. Thank you, Coach Cornell. That was awesome. All right, Preston, the floor is all yours. Let's hear some jokes because I know you got them.
Oh Lord. No. You got me laughing now. How many of y'all business plan look like this? Right? That's the first question, man. Who business plan look like this? Right? Yeah. We're gonna come out swinging. Come to this class. Come and get this knowledge, all right? Because you want your business plans to flow. You want them to flow, have some sense. And I'm gonna equate KBBU and Michelle to being a business mental chiropractor, because you out of alignment right now, right? And you go get your back cracked. It feels good when you straighten up. You're like, oh yeah, that's the spot right there. That's what KBBU will do for you, all right? We're not saying your business is bad. We're just saying your business needs alignment, needs adjustment. That's what I'm getting to with what I'm saying, right? Just a tweak here, a tweak there, And I call tonight's lesson, oh, I didn't know that, right? No, I didn't know that, Oh, that's new, right? Tell me it wasn't, right? You're like, oh, okay, right? That's the phase. Since I've been here at KBB, that's the phase that I see. Like last week was that tough love. She had me over here, my mouth poked out. I don't care if I am doing that. I know what I'm doing. Then I go take my notes, make sure I do what Michelle just said 5 minutes ago, right? So along with being a coach, like I say, we are coaches and we are also students, because this class, the information flow that comes out of here, you have to, seeing is believing, all right? And like Cornell said, I had to learn that lesson too about all the taxes and fees. So I was like, how am I doing all this business and I'm still in the red, because I didn't have the 1 or 2 little tidbits like I'm talking about were not there, So I didn't say this in the course because I didn't want to take up too much time, but a lot of people have business savvy. They just don't know how to apply it. And I'm using myself. When I bought my house, Cornell say, have your business together. Dr. Tina say, have your affairs in order. Dr. Mary, all y'all say the same thing. I was doing that, but I wasn't thinking in the business mind frame. When I bought my house, every time the underwriter asked me for a document, he was expected a couple of days, maybe a week. 5 minutes later, he would have it. He actually told me, you're one of the better clients I've ever had because your paperwork's in order and you always on point. All right. He literally just gave me a $300,000 check. Go find a house. Right? Because all of my stuff was together. When he said it, I paused. I was like, you would have thought the internet was broke, like I was froze. I was just looking. You want me to do what? Right?
Wow. But that's how it is, though, Preston. That's how it is.
In a row, right?
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. And hello, Kim Jacobs. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And all of you watchers out there, thank you for being here, and go and share this with a friend because we are talking all things business. So yeah,
bring
Preston,
your business plan. Bring your business plan. I don't care if it look like this. Bring your business plan.
That's right. Even if it does, it's crumbled all up. Even if it's scribbled all across and you got all these eraser marks and scratch throughs, definitely bring your business plan and we will help you to get that business plan in alignment. Like you said, like with our backs cracking. That was a good one, Preston. I like that. I like that. But seriously, we do business plans here. We help you to put together the business plan from the start to the finish. That includes your financials. Some of us don't have financials, so we look at your projections. We help you to formulate everything from the rooter to the tutor. Marketing, media, what is your future business look like down the road, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 20 years down the road. We do it all here at KBBU. So tonight's class, we were talking about how to leverage credit. We were talking about how to leverage your money, how to put things in place so that you make sure that you can get the funding that you need. So many of us are very anxious about getting funded. When we hear about grants and how we can access grants, when we talk about Dun and Bradstreet and we talk about the paydex scores and different things like that, we are excited and we are like, okay, I'm on top of the world because I got a few words that other people don't really have knowledge about. But do we really know how to exercise those things so that we can actually access the money that we actually need for our business? And even the money that we want for our business, that is other people's money we can get for free. So we're talking about grants, we're talking about scholarships, we're talking about ways that you can have your business funded. We here at KBBU, every single one of us have had some type of access as far as learning how to put our pay scale together so that we can bring in more clientele. We teach you the operations of your business, and we also teach you how to get the funding, how to get the business line of credit, how to get the business credit cards, how to get the business loans, and even how to get a vendor account. Now, I know a lot of us hear these words, these terminologies, but is anybody really breaking it down for you and telling you how often and how much and what companies to go to, giving you actual recommendations, or are they just telling you a whole bunch of stuff to make you feel good for the moment and then you're left with not knowing what to do? It's like a puzzle piece that have the wrong pieces. Is that what you're left with? Because I think that's where most of us are. And that's why we created KBBU, so that we would no longer have to be in the dark about the things that we have learned a little small portion about. We can get the whole pie at KBBU. All right. Now, last but not least, we have Dr. Tina. What did you take away from tonight's class?
In a nutshell, for me, many of us, and I'm saying this because I am a Christian woman, we have been taught when we're spiritual minded that all the thing we have to do is hope, wish, and pray.
Ooh.
That's all I got to do is I got to hope, I got to wish, and I got to pray. But let me tell you something. The Bible is a book of plans that was executed that has a defined action at the end of everything. Everything that God did, he wrote it down. He made it plain. He tells us to do the exact same thing. So what I'm telling you is that although we want to hope, we want to wish, we want to have faith, we want to pray, but you also forgot the other P. You have to plan. It's another P. It's a process. And then you also have to go through and do the E, which everybody leaves off, is execution. So you're getting all of this information and you're not moving forward. Like for me, putting myself when I was a student before I graduated, even though I had a workable business, but I needed to make my business better. And I had to change my mindset. Mindset, not only in my business, but also in my personal life, because the same mind that you have that handle your personal finances and management of your life is the exact same mind that you carry over into your business. So if you learn how to manage at least one area well, it will boomerang back to the other area, because now you have the skills. Now you have the process and procedure in order to be successful in all areas of life. So now every time you hope, wish, pray, you execute, you know the process, right? You have the plan, you will start seeing the fruits of your labor, which turns into additional products and services, clients, opportunities, sponsorships, and what everybody wants in their life. If you are a business owner, that good old funding that everybody wants, but you cannot get to the funding until you do the management and the organization and the paperwork and all the things that we don't like to do. Remember, your success is on the other side of what you don't want to do. So what is it that you do not want to do in your business? That is what you need to be working on. There's some things I got to work on with my budget sheet. I'm not finna act like I'm over holy or nothing like that, because I got some issues I got to work through too. Okay, I may be at a different level than you, but different level, same stuff, but just different levels. And so I have some budgeting that I have to do. And Lord knows I'd rather let somebody else do it, but I got to do that myself. And so what I want you to see, that as long as you have change your mindset, have your organization and keeping stuff organized with your paperwork, getting all that stuff in place, and then you manage it well by making sure you have it organized when you go inside to acquire business loans, to acquire lines of credit, or all the things that we need for business, you will not get turned away. Before I went to KBBU, I could not get funded to save my life. And it was not that I didn't have clients. It was not that I didn't have receipts and reviews and testimonials and merch and brand and clients, continuous monthly clients and big ticket people, small ticket people, middle level people. But guess what? That paperwork wasn't papering. and so when I went for the big dollars, I got turned down because they don't care about all of that little, I would say the gold that flicker, the lights that flicker like Las Vegas. They care about what the bottom line said, what's in the soil, what is your paperwork, is it aligned with what's going on in the outside what everybody else see. And so for me, going to KBBU as an undergraduate, what it helped me to do is to see the spots in my business, even though I had a business that I was already working in and had clients. It helped me to see the spots that I didn't know I had. And once those spots was fixed, then I was fundable. Then I was able to get lines of credit. So if you are a business owner right now, and every time you go out to try to get funding, trying to get lines of credit, try to get sponsorship, try to get grants, trying to get help so that you can keep your business growing and going, then 9 times out of 10 it's that paperwork.
Yep.
It's that paperwork. So if you don't know how to fix it, which I know you don't know how to do because I did, you need to come to a place where they do know how to do it. And that is what I would say to a current business owner. And even if you are a business for profit or a nonprofit, KBBU service both entities. So that's the one other unique thing about KBBU is that some business coaches, some financial advisors only service a certain type of entity. Either they're for profit or they're not for profit. But over here, they do both. So I will encourage you, if you have a nonprofit, come over here. If you already been working in it, come over here. I guarantee something ain't right. And the same thing for your LLC. And then you will be able to have the proper mindset, have your stuff in order, and you will be able to obtain the things that you always wanted. And opportunities will start to chase you versus you chasing it. So anywho, that's what I got from tonight's lesson on a personal level, and also reflecting back on my time as a student, and also fast forwarding it to this present time of where I'm at now. And so, but
Good.
the paperwork is key. Paperwork is key. Everything has to match. It has to match. You can't get around it. But anyway, that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Tina. That is awesome. That is so good. And it brought me to the mindset of thinking about, the money portion that we first started talking about. Do you have your money going to the same bank? Is all of your money going to the same place? You know, when we think about being a business owner, first of all, we got to think about where the money is going to be housed. Where is the location where you're going to bring all the money to one place so that when you go before the banks and the credit unions, that they are able to see that you're making the kind of money that you say you are making. And if you don't have a consistent income, why don't you have a consistent income? How serious are you about making money every day? As a business owner, you should be thinking about your company and how you can enhance that company, not focusing on the initial amount of money that you have already earned, because that's past tense. But the money that you will earn going forward, what is your number? Oh, I ain't gonna tell y'all all the secrets, but they do know at KBBU what their numbers are. Am I right or am I right? If they don't know it, they finding out what their number. And if you want to find out what your number is, you got to come to the class. We don't even have the opportunity for you to come into the classroom with the group other entrepreneurs right now. We only have the opportunity for you to do private one-on-one sessions. Next class will start August 20th. Go ahead and get registered today so you can be in that number. Be in that number. But that was a really good thing that you brought up. You know, making sure that you got everything organized, making sure that you got your plans together, understanding that as an entrepreneur, there are so many turning wheels. And I heard some of that VIP Masters class execution term for those of you who are in the elevated level of KBBU. You're on the highest tier as the very important people Masters class. Okay, Masters Minds. All right, I see you out there. All of these coaches here and the ones that are absent today. We're praying for you all that are not here today. Coach Doris and Coach Yoshi. We want to say that everybody is in the master's class that is a coach. So they are continuing their education at KBBU. It's not something that you have to stop and cut off at just because you are an undergraduate. So we have to understand that as entrepreneurs, there are so many different things that we're going to face every day. And it's not something that we arrive to as being there. But just like Dr. Tina was saying, we have to execute. That's the key word that we just talked about last Saturday. Executing, putting your work to use. Working is not just simply learning the information, but putting it into an action. So what are your actions that you're taking on a regular basis to be coached, to learn, to grow, to expand? And if you don't have anybody, come on over. We'll welcome you home. We will welcome you home. That's right. And we want to give a shout out to Miss Mona. Is it Mona Beadle? And Kim Jacobs, Miss Vanessa Dunn Guyton. We want to thank y'all for watching tonight. We appreciate you making a comment and sharing and liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel. We thank you guys for that and everybody else that's watching. So again, that's our tips for the night. But you can get this and more tips every Wednesday, 9:30 until, with the KB Michelle Green YouTube channel. So thank you guys for watching tonight, and we will see you next week. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.